Hello, what's up? How's it going? This is my first time in front of the camera in almost a month, and I wasn't really planning on doing any sort of video right now or a vlog, but we're gonna do both of them today. Welcome back to my channel. Welcoming myself back to my channel, really. As you can see, this video will be a weekend reading vlog. So hey, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I haven't said these things in so long. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Hello, everyone. Where do I even begin? Maybe I begin with marriage. We did it. I love them. Little explanation. The middle one is the engagement ring that Caleb got me, obviously. The bottom one with like the 5 other diamonds is the wedding band. And then this pointy one actually came from a ring that was my Nana's. So these diamonds that make this little like point are from one of my Nana's rings. And one of our like family friends is a jeweler. So he created this ring for me. And it's beautiful and I love it so much. I'll show you Caleb's ring later, but it's stunning and I love it. He loves it. He says he feels like a mob boss, which is very on brand for him. But yeah, I'm starting to feel like a normal human again. And I actually plan on doing a little like wedding Q&A video. I'll make a separate post on like the community tab as well as on my Instagram to like collect your questions if you have any. But I'm really excited to start like making videos again. And I thought, what better way to ease myself back into being in front of a camera than doing like a really like cozy, casual, fun weekend reading vlog. So hello, welcome. Today I'm actually going to be getting some really fun packages. Another excuse to document because we cannot wait for them. But those are coming later. Let's chat about what book I will be finishing today/tomorrow morning, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I am about halfway through, and it is a goddamn masterpiece. Is this going to be my favorite book of the year? Maybe. I just can't even like adequately put into words how good it is. I think that one, it's really cool to be reading from R.F. Kuang again. And within the first 50 pages, there were so many moments where I was like, I know that this story isn't the Poppy War. I know it is a completely different world and realm in her writing, but I know it's her writing. And that was a really cool moment where I was like, oh, I feel so good to be inside R.F. Kuang's mind again. Her writing is just, it's prolific. It has to be. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's so good. And the story itself is already like dramatic, exciting, so like I feel smarter. I feel more smarter for reading this book already. Even just being halfway through, the characters have had so much development and such rich conversations surrounding all of them. And I'm so attached to all of them. And I cannot even imagine how much this book is going to destroy me. I was on page around like 100. And this is my book club pick for this past month in October. And the live show for the chat that we're doing in my Patreon is tomorrow. So yeah, so far it is just absolutely insanely great. I'm enjoying my time immensely. It feels so good to be reading again, first and foremost. I didn't read at all in October because that was wedding month and every single ounce of my attention and energy was going to finalizing things for the wedding, which is crazy. I didn't think that that would actually happen, but it absolutely happened. So again, it feels so good to be reading. I'm very excited to be lounging around in sweatpants and a sweatshirt and just reading today. It feels so good. There are so many things I want to talk to you about, but I'll sprinkle them in throughout the vlog. So right now, what I'm gonna do is pour myself another cup of coffee and settle in to read a little bit of Babel. Welcome to the vlog. Thank you so much for being here. It feels good to be back.
You got me like in a box. I adore everything you touch. Say, do you believe that we were meant to be? My body craves identity. Green mango peach, what a tease. Calling me like the rainbow. Oh, pretty please, take it easy. No one likes push and shove. Let go of control. Ooh, 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 ooh.
have made it to page 379. I am pretty close, actually. I should have taken some time to like calm down before I turned on the camera. So let me just try to back up mentally because there are some things I want to say. Babel, the book that I'm reading. I love so much about it, but one thing in particular that I've really enjoyed is the constant diversity and like changes in locations that the story is like taking place in. We're obviously in Oxford a lot in the classes, but we've also been on ships, we've been in Canton, and so on and so forth. The change of scenery and the constant new information that you're taking in about your surroundings is so engaging and it is so beautiful. And I'm really loving like the footnotes aspect of the story as well. It's really furthering like the education aspect of the story or like setting things straight when the characters who are just racist pieces of garbage are, you know, spewing their own prejudices. And the footnotes are kind of like setting the story straight sometimes, which is fabulous. But I also just really love the interactive portion of that where like your eyes are, you know, going where you're at in the story on the page up here, but then you have to go down to the bottom to like read a little bit. And the audiobook is really nice because the footnotes are narrated by a different person. It's so engaging. It is so lovely. I'm starting to feel very heavy though. It's a lot emotionally, and I can just feel my anxiety like raising. So in the beginning of the book, obviously it feels like a classic dark academia book. And I say that with like kind of loose gusto behind it because I really haven't read many dark academia books at all. It's definitely a genre that I obviously am really loving and I need to read more of, but I just haven't made the time to do so. That's besides the point though. From what I can gather, in the beginning, it felt like a very like classic dark academia where it was like romanticizing the college and university life and putting heavy atmosphere amongst these things. And then the stakes slowly started getting higher and higher, especially during the pages that I have read today in particular. And I am within chapter 22 now. When I reached chapter 22, I had to pause the audiobook. Every single part of my body is like on edge. I feel very frenzied. I feel wildly unprepared for the rest of the story. And from this point on, if there is any sort of safety or comfort that I feel while reading this book, I do not trust it. But I don't want to put it down. Wow. It's 2:30 now in the afternoon. I am doing sprints with my patrons tonight at 7. We did some sprints 2 days ago on Wednesday. And tonight, Caleb and I actually are filming a tag video. We've created an original tag, which should be out by the time that this vlog is out. So I'll link it down below. It's called the Newlywed tag. Get it because newlyweds and we are newlyweds, but making it bookish. I am so excited for it. We have a list of questions. We have whiteboards and we're gonna film it tonight. We're gonna drink some wine and film it. It's gonna be great. We're very excited. And while also sprinting with my patrons. But like I feel like it's hard to breathe. I can't stop like thinking about freaking Babel. And you saw very scattered update. This is what you're getting. This is me coming back to vlogging. Hello. You saw me bringing in these boxes here. I cannot wait to open them, but I have to wait to open them because I care about Caleb and he also has been really wanting to open, especially the bigger one. The bigger one's for both of us. The smaller one is mostly for me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you what it is because I don't even want to give you any spoilers. I'm gonna use it all the time, especially all winter. So whenever Caleb gets home, we will unbox those for you guys, but I guess that's it. And I keep forgetting, why am I sitting like, this is so not a good angle. I keep forgetting that tomorrow's live show for my book club is Babel, but it's also In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. And I have to start and finish that one before 3 p.m. tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a busy Friday evening and Saturday morning, which will be quite eventful for the vlog. And I'm very excited to be just back in swing of things. Again, it feels good to be here and reading again. Like I am having the best day. Emotionally, I don't know. I'm a little bit like sweaty and nervous about the book, but I would have it no other way. I think what I'm going to do is quickly just make the live show link and post it on my Patreon page. And then I'm gonna jump back in. I'm not stopping. I cannot stop.
love my worms.
Why would you open it that way? So Caleb's home and we're gonna open up our gifts to ourselves.
Hello, my name's Caleb.
This one was my gift to me.
Yeah, this is, let's go muscles.
I can't.
How about we do this? Stand mixer!
I wanted it for so long!
Hey, Santa. What is this?
It goes on the top
Is
to
this for
prevent
cheese?
splashing. No, it's not for cheese. Well, not everything's for cheese.
Careful now.
How do you do this?
Delicately.
Can I just open the box like I open all boxes?
No.
Just tear it up.
Yeah, no. Arr. Wow.
Okay, hold on. I got a cool different bowl too. Hold on. Look at this adorable bowl. Wow. And it's like a stone, almost mauve-y color in the middle, or inside.
Wow.
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 Are you excited for all the things I'm gonna learn how to bake you?
I am insanely excited. My first request is coffee cake.
Okay,
My second request will be a cheesecake.
done.
My third request will be pizza dough.
Well, yes, all of those will happen. I will also learn how to make almond croissants.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, I cannot wait.
What about banana bread?
And banana bread.
Banana bread.
All the things. I'm so excited.
Wow, the yellow is actually not as offensive as I thought it would be.
As offensive?
Yeah,
No, it's really pleasant.
very pleasant.
Now this one is a doozy.
It's a big box.
It's a big expensive box.
We got a new kitchen.
New kitchen in the box. Now this is something we've wanted for
Quite some time.
quite some time.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I hate packing peanuts. Come on, Seattle coffee gear.
Just told everybody. I've already lost a peanut.
I lost a peanut too.
It's so heavy.
Okay, you got it for a second?
It's been birthed.
I hope Juno tries to jump in that box.
All right. Woo-hoo-wee. This is looking serious. Oh, wow. Alright, so this is the Rancilio Silvia espresso machine.
Woohoo!
With PID temperature controller. So we're gonna be pulling some tasty spro
Spro.
here soon. I'm just kind of a spro bro.
You didn't.
You can delete that. Edit that out.
I'm not editing that.
Wow. This is your steam wand.
I'm gonna make some cappuccinos, some lattes, some cortados.
Cortados. Wow, this is really just
A delight.
solidly made. Everything is like real metal. Very excited. We've had some like, you know, more budget friendly espresso machines in the past, and it's just so hard to recreate that coffee shop flavor. So hopefully this is gonna serve us right. Let's fire her up.
Oh, ring. Show them your ring. Wow.
Pretty.
Wow. We're married.
We're married.
Really happy with it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
We'll let you know how
let
it
you know.
pulls in the morning.
Ooh-wee! I just gotta install a water softener.
now around 12:30, noon 30 in the midnight time. I just ended some sprints that I was doing with my patrons. We started around 7 p.m., so we went for like 5.5 hours. During that time, Caleb and I did a number of things. Caleb got the short rib ready with like a dry brine so that we can cook it tomorrow. It's gonna sit overnight for like 24 hours or so. And then we also filmed the newly read book tag that we created. It was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. It ended up being obviously super fun, and I'm excited to edit it and get it out to you all, which again, it should be out by now, so I'll link it down below in the description of this vlog. But I haven't read much more of Babel since the last time I checked in, I believe. I have like 2 hours left of the audiobook. I think just about 100 pages or so. So I will save my next and final thoughts for when I finish the book. But I'm really excited to do that. The plan for tomorrow is I also have to try to start and finish In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. We're gonna do our best to try to finish Babel and start and finish that other one tomorrow before the live show. So stay tuned for that. But until then, Caleb and I are going to apparently break down some boxes while I do an update. And then go to bed.
I'll let you go, just need some time. At your own pace, you need to find your way. I know now you'll never change your mind for something that matters to me. You do not know what I have in mind. Packed our bags, we'll be on our way. The night was long as I waited without a sign. 'Cause I know what matters to you. But what do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly the chances are small, just like the lottery.
So obviously I've finished Babel, right? And I don't think that I will ever read a book that's better than this one in so many ways. This is just going to be like me ranting and raving about this story for like the next couple minutes or so. The story itself of Babel, or the necessity of violence. Wow, iconic. Had the most marvelous arc, and the means of getting to where it ended up was like truly groundbreaking, to say the very least. I read most of this book in like 2 to 3 days, and I was just so invested. I couldn't put it down. I absolutely fell in love with all of these characters that were from different parts of the world, and they all brought so many different but similar discussions to the table within the dialogue. Every single chapter has the reader questioning, looking inward into like your own prejudices, and outward to like how the world is run and what we need to and can do about it. The book calls for action, and it is written in such a beautiful, unflinching manner that it requires some like decompression time after finishing it for sure, which is why I definitely have not and will not be able to finish In My Dreams I Hold a Knife before my live show in a couple hours. So I've already made a plan with my patrons. That's all figured out and sorted. We're gonna do the Babel live show and then talk about what I have gotten up to with In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, and then do a little bit of like random cute little reading sprints. But Babel is truly a masterpiece, and it has definitely earned a spot in not only like the best book of the year for me, I would be hard pressed to say that anything would beat it, but it's definitely in my top 5 at least of all time ever. It was just so good. It was so good. Obviously 6 out of 5 for sure. It's definitely been like an hour or so since I finished. Avi's laying in her new bed. I hope that she loves it. But I'm going to sit here and start In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I rented it on Libby, sent it to my Kindle, because I have the physical book, but it is in one of the many boxes of books upstairs. I'm not going to look through all of them until I find it, so Kindle it is. This is why Libby is so great, because obviously it's a library book. I didn't have to pay for another copy of the same book. I just use your library, people. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna go start this and try to pay attention to it, even though my mind is pretty babbled right now. I'm such a loser. Okay.
In this town, I still believe I'll see you again. No matter what, I got off the ground for something that matters to me. But what do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly the chances are small, just like the lottery.
It is now Saturday evening around 6:40 p.m. I have finished the live show and the little hangout that I had with my patrons. Obviously finished Babel, we already know this. I started In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I think I'm 43 or 45% of the way through right now. I'm pleasantly surprised. So in this story, we're following this like group of friends that went to college together. They were called the like Newhouse 7 or something. There's something 7. There were 7 of them. And in college, one of them ended up dying, and like the vast majority of the world thought that it was one of the other people in the friend group that killed the one person, but was never actually convicted because like the evidence was shaky. And so obviously their friend group kind of fell apart, so on and so forth, whatever happened. Now it's 10 years later and there's like a homecoming weekend, like a reunion basically. And they're all coming in, most of them are at least, and they're all gonna see each other again for the first time in a while. Hello. And the timeline itself, it's jumping between like the current weekend at the homecoming reunion and then back in their whatever year in college they were in when everything was going wrong. And I honestly love when that happens in thrillers. I love a dual timeline. I think it keeps my interest really peaked. I get really excited to keep reading and come back to each timeline respectively to continue to see what's going to happen. And with this jumping timeline, it's really interesting because obviously in present day, it's just drama. You know, they're all seeing each other for the first time in a while. There are people from their past that they also obviously haven't seen in a while, but they are starting to cause trouble because there are old wounds that aren't healed, and not everyone has told the truth completely. Not everyone knows everyone's secrets that they have kept for these 10 plus years regarding the situation with one of their friends dying. So things are bound to come to light, and I'm just along for the ride. I'm really interested to see what's going on. Our main character isn't super likable, I'm not gonna lie. She is kind of like a woe is me person right now for me. I have trouble like sympathizing with her in some regards. The story itself is going really fast and I'm actually having a really good time with it, which I was nervous about whatever book I was going to pick up after Babel, because obviously it was absolutely incredible and I was worried that the next book I read would not even match up at all. But since it's in totally different genre, it makes it a little bit easier for me to like separate the two stories, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. So Caleb and I right now are putting lotion. We got new tattoos last week on Halloween. They're two little ghosties. I've wanted to get tattooed on Halloween for like ever, and they're in the phase of the healing process where they're just a little bit crusty and scabbed. So if they look a little rough, that's why. But it's from one, I really have just always kind of wanted a ghost tattoo, but recently we saw a movie called A Ghost Story by A24, and it was really beautiful, stunning, and I loved their like depiction of a ghost and everything that movie represented. And we both got one. Here's Caleb's. So cute. And then mine's on the outside of my leg here. It's like terrible lighting over here, but I think you get the gist of it. We love them a lot, really stoked about it, but here we are, evening of Saturday, back to the current day. The rest of the evening, we have poured ourselves some glasses of wine, and I'm just going to edit. I'm gonna edit the tag that we filmed yesterday so that it can go up tomorrow, and we're gonna order some Shake Shack. We're gonna get some burgers, fries, and shakes and watch some Love is Blind because that's who we are and I'm very excited for the evening. So I might check in later. You might see me in the morning. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm just gonna edit and have some wine and burgers, fries, and shakes. Goodness. So Caleb, what are we eating?
We're eating braised short rib in a shiitake, carrot, and celery reduction. We've got an apple cider and wine-based braise, also paired with a fall beet salad with a balsamic and goat cheese topping.
Wow.
Complete with pickled red onion.
Let me make sure, let me see your left hand. Yep, you are mine. Now Sunday evening. It has been a nice chill day. We haven't really had one of those, it seems like, in a while. Mostly Caleb and I spent the former part of the day just kind of like lounging on the couch. We actually did some online shopping. And then I just had time to read while Caleb started cooking our dinner probably around maybe like 1 or 2 because it was a braised short rib dish and those take like 5 hours to like cook in the oven, in our Dutch oven. So he started early. He's been wanting to try to do this dish and it worked out really well. As you saw, it was stunning and it tasted great. And I did finish In My Dream I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. And it happened. I'm kind of conflicted. Almost every single character in this story is concerned about the wrong things, which I guess is kind of typical of college students now that I'm thinking about it, but it was almost insufferable having to listen to their inner dialogue and having to like read through all of their skewed priorities. It kind of sucked. And the plot twist that involved our main character within like the last 5 pages of the book actually kind of jarred me, made me feel a little terrible inside, not gonna lie. Reminded me of another popular book that people seem to love, that I actually loved. Verity by Colleen Hoover. I'm not saying that the books are similar in any way whatsoever, but how I felt at the end of Verity and at the end of this book was kind of similar, except at the end of Verity, it was more like manic excitement because it was just like really, I don't know, manically horribly fun. I don't know what type of person this is making me, but at the end of this book, it kind of just made me feel ill. And I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's even a valid thought to even leave in this vlog. But I just feel similarly about the ending of both of the books. Only I didn't like this one as much as I liked Verity. But anyways, even though I only really liked one character, which was Coop, the story itself was actually pretty compelling. I read the book in 2 days, but I probably could have read it in 1. There was a bunch of drama, and a lot of it was kind of like stupid status style drama, where everyone was just, again, like I mentioned, their priorities were skewed. They were concerned about the wrong things. I was definitely rolling my eyes at some of the drama that was taking place within our main character's friend group. But for the most part, I was actually pretty keen about like the relationship and mystery drama that was going on. So ultimately, I think I'm gonna land with a 3 to a 3.5 for this one. I'm not unhappy with it, but the writing or story in general just wasn't entirely as up my alley as I thought it would be. I had a good time, but there were just a lot of other factors within the writing style and writing choices that I just didn't entirely love. I'm not mad that I read it, but yeah, it was like a 3 to a 3.5, so I'll take it. All in all, a pretty solid weekend of reading, in my opinion, a great little comeback to the bookish world. I'm glad that you guys were able to be here and hang out with me for it, but I do work in the morning, so I have to get up in just a few hours. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe down below and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.